Hello and welcome to another Live with the Indie Football podcast. There's a big beaming smile on my face today, not because I am gonna watch two teams tonight who have bashed Liverpool twice, but because we have got Siddharth Negi back, one of our former guests on the Indie Football podcast, and we have got Rahul here, also who is a Manchester City supporter. So Rahul bhai, since you are new to the show, I'll come to you first this time around. How do you feel about the clash, and do you think it's going to be a City win?
No, I cannot say anything, and I'm super nervous about it. I have seen the odds of City wins in a major favor, but I think they are deluded because this is like a domestic game for Real Madrid. They are so used to this. They like to play these games. They batch. They scored 5 goals against Liverpool after they were down 2-0 at Anfield. Anfield is the worst stadium anyone can play, the most hostile one. To score 5 goals there is insane in any form of Liverpool. So I think Real Madrid has better chances of going forward today.
Well, they honestly they do have that UCL experience, but Manchester City is a team which has been knocking on the door of the UCL final or on the UCL semi-final for quite some time now. Siddharth bhai, do you think this time around they will beat the blemish? They will beat the the sort of bottling that they have been accused of in the Champions League nights? And do you think this is the year when City make it?
First of all, Anukash, thank you so much for inviting me once again. And
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
so this time around, I'm like we are going to miss Dwaipan for sure. He is busy today, but yeah. So as far as and again, I would like to also welcome my friend Rahul. He's a very close friend of mine. He's like my little brother. So we have been watching major city games all together, and we are also playing FIFA together.
Oh.
So yeah, coming back to UCL clash, this is obviously a very nervous clash, and I would say this is the biggest game of the season for City. I mean, whatever happened last season, we all know that how dangerous Madrid can be even in dying seconds of the game.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this time around, yes, obviously we have Erling Haaland in front for us. Haaland obviously was not very effective in the first leg because Rudiger did a great job against Erling Haaland. But I would say the way City dished out the result, we drew against Madrid at the home, so it's a very good result for Man City, and now we are playing at a home. But again, we are all City fans, especially me and Rahul. We are superstitious a lot,
I'm a City
so
fan too tonight, just saying, because Real have backed us so many times. It's like कौन किसको कम hate करते हो at this point, and I think I hate Manchester City lesser at this point, because honestly, let's face it. And see, on a personal point of view, even I would say that I want City to win this time around, and I know a lot of people will bash me for this, but the fact is that I think City deserve it because they have been knocking on the door for a lot of time now, as I mentioned before, and I think this is the year when they should be making it, like for me at least.
you obviously see not just being as a City fan, like obviously every football fan I've seen the way City have been so consistent throughout, like the way they have progressed in UCL. They have been playing consistently. They were playing quarters, semis, and they were unlucky in finals against Chelsea. So I feel that City surely deserves to lift title this year because the way they have shown the consistency throughout the season in domestic league as well, like beating Arsenal and taking the title right under the nose. So yeah, this is the year for City, and we all City fan like we have been waiting for this fixture a lot, and to be able to beat Madrid in second leg is a big thing. It's surely going to be a big thing. So yeah, as of now, we are all very very worried for this game, and yeah, at the same time, we are also positive. So yeah.
Talking about being positive, while City fans seem a bit worried, someone who doesn't look worried on social media, someone who has been making opposition defenses worried with whatever he has been doing, is definitely Erling Haaland. Rahul bhai, we have talked about it, and I think this guy is so good. He's almost a myth now at this point, and he does exceptional things. He breaks records in the blink of an eye. Do you think Erling Haaland tonight is the night that comes out as the biggest night of his life, and he absolutely scores those one or two customary goals against Real Madrid that really etch him as a name in the history books for City fans?
So first of all, I think from an outside point of view, it's very easy to say that this is the biggest night of his life. But I think for someone like Erling Haaland, we have seen the personality and the confidence he carries. I think in his head, he knows that he's going to have these moments for a decade more. So
Fair enough.
when I see him play, I see the biggest difference with him is that he's not someone who is nervous about it. I've seen someone
Right.
like Raheem Sterling lead the front line in the biggest games. I've seen Jesus play in the biggest games. I used to see them nervous. I used to see them afraid of hitting the ball, afraid of taking the shot. But for someone like Haaland, the biggest thing is that he's not afraid. He knows that he's very young and he's going to have those many years of opportunities at different times to lift this trophy. And he's definitely going to be one of the greatest players we'll be talking about after the next 20 years, just like Messi and Ronaldo. So that is the big difference. And yeah, I think this is again one of those opportunities for him to just show why he was brought in the city. He was not brought in the city to win Premier League. We have been doing that without a striker. He was brought in to make an effect at these games. I remember last year in the first leg, we beat Real Madrid 4-3. But if you go and see the highlights and stats, we should have beaten them 7 or 8-0, 8-3. We had so many chances, missed so many opportunities, and this is where someone like Erling Haaland can make a difference. So yeah, and also I think the lineup is not yet out, but according to the predicted lineup, Rudiger is not going to play. Militao will come in, and honestly, if that is going to happen, it will be a sigh of relief for me because I think if there is one defender I've seen in all the year who can bully or not bully, but in the sense irritate Haaland, that has been Rudiger. He likes these games. He likes those contests of dirty games,
He gets
and
into
I
your
think
head. He gets into your head.
yeah, and I think if Militao plays instead of Rudiger, I think somewhere it might be good for us because I think Haaland can bully Militao because someone like Jesus has bullied Militao. Militao was the reason why we won against Real Madrid 2 years back because he made loads of mistakes, and we have seen that he's not as physically as strong as Rudiger. So I think if Militao plays ahead of Rudiger, I'll be glad.
I agree. I agree.
So
Honestly, talking about domination, something that has been dominating midfields all over Europe has been the Real midfield. I mean, Siddharth bhai, the more I talk about it, the more I wonder how any team can counter that midfield players like Modric, Cruz, Xiaomeni, Kamavinga doesn't even play there mostly. And like, how does it, any team for that matter, let's just say for now City, deal with that threat and how do they stop them from getting forward?
See, first of all, we all saw like what happened in first leg. I mean, the way they were doing one touch passing, like starting from Kamavinga to to taking the ball to the midfield, and the quality that they have in the middle, like as far as Vinicius is concerned, or Cruz is concerned, or Modric is concerned, they all are good at taking long shots as well.
Right.
They were actually testing Edison, and
Valverde even.
yeah, Valverde was also there. So yeah, to be able to contain that amount of class in the middle is a great task for any team, I would say. So that, but I believe that City have that quality, and City have that amount of patience to just wait there and just wait for the right moment, because obviously in first leg there were certain moments when City were actually chasing shadows. Like City is used to doing that thing against other teams, but yeah, here Madrid was actually dominating the whole midfield, the way they were passing the ball around. So yeah, City have that quality in the middle to take that thing away from Madrid. But yeah, we have to be patient because both the team likes to play in counter as well. So this is going to be a close affair, and I'm not going to say that City is going to succeed as far as the midfield battle is concerned. But I feel that we are more than capable to defeat them in midfield battle as well.
Interesting. Actually, Rahul bhai, I'll come to you on this. So Siddharth bhai raised a very nice point in which he has talked about, how City were left wanting for shadows at a certain point and like being a rival team fan in the Premier League. What I have observed these years is that whenever you watch City play, it is basically anything that comes to third degree torture in football because you are just watching them, just push the ball around at will, long passes, short passes. Do you think that if they can, get in an early goal, they can dominate Real to that level? Or do you think Real is a team that won't be dominated, may it be at the Etihad Stadium itself?
the funny part about Real Madrid, and that is why I'm so nervous, is that they'll actually like that City dominates the ball. So when I
Right.
saw them in the last match at home, they had to take the ball because you could see the Bernabeu booing constantly in the first half when City was dominating. They had that home pressure. They can pass the ball so well with Modric and Cruz and Valverde, but they are someone
Right.
in the recent years, especially against us, they like to counter attack because they know
Hmm.
that when City will push forward, the fullbacks will come in the midfield and they'll have a lot of space behind to run, especially Vinicius and Rodrigo. So I think that's why they'll actually like City to dominate the ball, and they are someone who are very patient. They have so much experience. They know that they only need a moment of magic to create a difference. They do not need 70% possession to create a chance or score a goal. They just need
Right.
the right moment, and they are someone who are mentally very strong. With someone like Carlo, who has won the most UCLs as a manager. So I think that is why I'm so nervous. I'm always confident when City plays anyone at Etihad, but this is a different deal. We are dealing with a different monster here.
Talking about dealing with different monsters, we have of course seen the how effective Don Carlo is when it comes to managing teams to the pinnacle of Europe. But talking about someone performing there, Karim Benzema comes to my mind, Siddharth bhai. So like knowing how like as a City fan, you definitely know how he did manage to hurt City last time around. And you know how he can just take the game away in the blink of an eye. How do you think City dealing with that sort of threat in such an important match?
See, in the first leg, we were able to, keep Benzema shut, and Diaz made a beautiful interception when Vinicius made that ground cross to Benzema. Like he could have easily had a tap and goal against Man City in first leg. So obviously, we all know
Right.
that um, Benzema knows how to take his chances, but we have
Hmm.
to defend very strongly against players like Benzema, who is lethal inside the box as well as outside the box. So we have to defend crosses, we have to defend corners. So so yeah, obviously, to be able to keep that player shut in first leg, doesn't mean that we are going to, achieve the same thing in second leg. So it is going to be a tough encounter against Diaz and Stones if lineups are not still out yet. But the center defenders they have to do they have to be very up in their toes because Benzema is always a lethal striker. Um, so yeah.
Fair enough. Rahul bhai, one player I would like to talk about, like I had also mentioned it when Siddhartha was talking about it, Fede Valverde. I think for me, he's someone who can have those magic moments. And for Man City, they have got Kevin De Bruyne. Which midfielder do you see trumping the battle tonight?
Sorry, I could not hear the last line.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm
Which
asking.
midfielder?
Yeah, which midfielder do you see trumping the battle tonight?
So the thing with Real is they don't just have Valverde. If
Hmm.
Valverde is marked, they'll have someone like Cruz or Modric to make the difference. And I think so with City, right now if you see Ilkay, he's in the form of his life.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I think judging just those two players, I've seen Kevin De Bruyne make difference in big matches at big times, and I'm really positive that he's going to be someone who steps up at this occasion because this is his time. So yeah, I think Kevin De Bruyne should make a difference.
Right, right. So, Siddharth bhai, interesting point. Rahul bhai said about Gundogan. Now the captain scored a brace last time around, and I don't know what gets into him in the last few matches of any Premier League or any sort of Manchester City season. He becomes like a different beast, a different monster. Like they call Haaland as a robot, but I think Gundogan becomes very much of a robot when it comes to dominating midfield, scoring stopping goals from getting scored. So like City had company before, now they have got Gundogan. Do you think how important do you think it's going to be a factor for him to be rallying his troops tonight, considering this is the time when they are going to be, if they win, they could face Inter in the final, which could seem like a much easier tie relatively on paper as compared to Real Madrid.
See, first of all, we all know how much quality he possesses, Gundogan.
Hmm.
Like he has worked under
Absolutely.
managers like Klopp as well. So like players like Gundogan, they are very intelligent, and like whenever we see, like especially during the end of the season, the way he creates space from for himself and for other teammates as well. Like he has that intelligence, that killer instinct in himself. Like he knows that where he should be inside the box or outside the box, or when he should take a shot from outside the box. So yeah, to be able to have that player who knows how to keep the ball in the middle and who knows how to find the right passes. So so Gundogan is going to be a very crucial part in UCL. And again, I'm like personally, I'm not very sure if Gundogan is going to start, because he had almost 90 minutes in Premier League against Everton, so he must be tired. And I'm not sure if Pep is going to use him in second leg. Like he could go for Bernardo Silva as well. So yeah, we should wait for the lineups to for like I'm like personally, I'm not pretty sure about him starting in second leg.
I understand. Rahul bhai, fair point. Siddharth bhai said, I'll ask you a question which might make you smile, and that is, do you think that Pep Guardiola overthinks tonight?
I hope he does not. He was asked this in the interview, and he smiled and he himself said that, "Don't worry, I'm not going to overthink." So I hope he does not. But I think he has also been very. I've always been someone who likes to hear his interviews, and I've seen him talking about everything descriptively in the last so many years, especially after City has went out. And I've seen him grow. I've seen that he has also learned a lot of stuff about his approach and how he has to change in big matches. And I think this time around, I think that he has found his core team which he wants to play in the big matches, and I think he's not going to do that. He's not going to mess it up this time, especially with the
So
lineup. On the pitch, if anything happens, you can just bow and say that Real Madrid were very good. But I hope that this time he does not mess it up in the lineup. So yeah, I think lineups are out. 11:20 is the time. 11:15 is generally the time lineup is out. So I think
right,
lineups are
right,
out.
right.
Yeah.
Siddharth bhai, lineups are I think out or almost out. What do you think? Who's gonna win tonight, and who's going to score? First instinct.
Ah, See, if Rudiger is not going to start, then I feel that Erling Haaland should be in the score sheets, and I feel that this like City should win this fixture because we are playing at home. Last time around, we were playing away in the second leg, so yeah, this time we do have a home advantage, and whole Manchester is going to be behind Man City, so we have to clinch this fixture, and I feel that City will do well tonight.
I myself am predicting a 2-1 victory to City, considering I do think that at the Etihad and with the form they have shown this season, especially recently, they're gonna steamroll this tie too. Although the Al have been amazing over the last decade, I would say, especially in the UCL, but even I feel them, having the upper hand. Even I feel City is gonna have the upper hand tonight. Rahul, by your thoughts, your parting thoughts.
It's a there's a difference between the mind and the heart, but I think speaking from my mind, I think Real will
Right.
go ahead and they'll win by 3-2 in Mumbai. And I think Rodrigo is again going to make a difference just like last year because he's exceptional and he has been someone who has stepped up at different times in the big moments. And I think Rodrigo will do
I'm
it
gonna
for Real
beat you if
Madrid.
this happens. I'm gonna beat you if this happens.
Okay, so we just want to tell our viewers, as much as we love Siddharth Bhai, any views he might say to Rahul Bhai if Real actually wins tonight are not of the Indie Football podcast and only Siddharth Bhai. But yeah, jokes apart, great having you guys here. Again, I would tell our viewers that last time around, Siddharth Bhai was also pretty excited about the podcast, and he asked us about having him another time on the show. Unfortunately, we were not able to do that so far. But again, Siddharth Bhai, particularly, I would like to say thank you so much for coming in because we have wanted to do this YouTube live with you for a long time now, and it's great having you. And again, Rahul Bhai, thanks for joining in and being a part of the podcast. It
Welcome.
really means
No,
a
no,
lot
loved it
when we
absolutely.
It really means a lot when we have people, may it be City fans also, considering I am a Liverpool fan, may it be City fans also, when we discuss football and, get to know about people from all over the world. So thank you guys. I hope whatever happens, it's going to be a mouth-watering clash for the neutrals. And may the best team win. Whisper, whisper. I am just saying City wins tonight because I don't want Real to win. So thank you guys for
Please say
joining us.
touchwood.
Yeah, that's it. And please put in your predictions in the comments below. And please like, share, and do subscribe to the Anti Football Podcast. Thank you. And that is a wrap.
Thank you so much, Anu.